Hello YouTube, I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm actually going to be going back to talking about line art. I did a other video addressing doing line art and inking studies, but in this one I'm going to be going over, or at least talking about the sketchy, scratchy, messy line art that I said I'd be doing for a couple of videos if you keep track of what I upload. But yeah, recently I just finished getting caught up to Jujutsu Kaisen, and I love the art. The art is really good. It's that scratchy style that I really like. Other artists off the top of my head, I mentioned Ishida Sui a lot. Togashi is one, and yeah, many other artists. Tatsuki Fujimoto is another one. And I think why I like this art style because it meshes well with my painting style. That being sort of defined as messy and unrefined. Although I do think messy and unrefined are sort of terms not really accurately describing what the art style is. Again, I consider this type of art to be more free-formed, and it enables itself to have a lot of genuine emotions come out of it. There's a scene in Jujutsu Kaisen, or a certain part involving Maki, that I love how it was drawn. I'm not gonna spoil it, but those who know, they know. Again, yeah, it goes back to the amount of emotions that you could get out of that sketchy art style. Tatsuki Fujimoto's entire art style is this scratchiness, and it's jarring at first, especially if you go back to Fire Punch, but it grew on me. It really grew on me, and it sort of has its own personality at the same time. Beginning of Tokyo Ghoul, it was very neat, but again, if you're pumping out something that you need to pump out something weekly, I think you need to sort of have a shorthand, so to speak, version of your art style that you really can't afford to be doing neat things unless that's the base of your style. Say like Boichi. Boichi's art style is very neat. It's very precise, and he does it digitally too. So does Gege Akutami does his art digitally or traditionally? I don't know. I don't know actually. I think it's traditional. Maybe inks traditionally and colors digitally. I don't know. I have to really look that up. And speaking of Gege Akutami, I am going to be looking at him for my next artist for artist analysis. Since again, I just got up to Jujutsu Kaisen latest chapter, because all thanks to that movie. That movie really sold it for me. If it wasn't for that movie, I would have never finished Jujutsu Kaisen because the spark wasn't there for me. But seeing Yuta in action just ignited that spark. I'm like, I gotta catch up. Yeah. Let me actually talk about what's on the screen. I'm actually just doing some very quick, loose photo studies in this sketchy arts inking style. I sort of want to have a nice balance between somewhat refined and somewhat loose, because the looseness gives the energy. Another artist that sort of has this art style is Takaki Tsuyoshi. He's done things like Heart Gear and Black Torch, and it's really more evident in, I would say, in Heart Gear, since it's very, very loose, especially in the environmental shots, and it's still readable. I would say one thing to keep in mind, or one thing I try to tell myself when doing a scratchy or sort of loose shorthand version of an inking style, is to make sure that it is still all readable, because even though you could say that it looks messy, I still want it to be coherent, if nothing else. Because there's one thing that I would hate if I'm doing a style like this, is for readers or the watchers of my whatever I'm making or drawing to not know what it is conveying or showing accurately what you're trying to draw in your style. I would say is a big factor in how well you can pull off this sketchy, messy inking style. Something that I'm still not used to doing. In fact, again, if you've kept up with me and my art, you know that I rarely do line art. Usually I just do a sketch and I clean up the sketch, and then either I stop there or or just go straight to painting on top, because line art, it's a tedious task for me. especially digitally. It makes me feel like I'm just drawing the image twice, and most times what the issue most people have when inking their art or their sketch is that it lacks, or it gets rid of all the energy, the liveliness that the sketch originally had. And I feel like, again, that's where the sketchy art inking style comes in. It keeps that energy alive, and it makes me not dread the inking process, because I feel like, especially digitally, you find yourself like, do one stroke, you don't like it, Control Z, one stroke, Control Z, one stroke, Control Z, and you keep doing that until you get the right line, and I hate that so much. It just feels like I'm wasting time just making single strokes and like hoping to get the right line. And personally, I don't think line art should always be all about perfection. I don't know how people like Boichi or Takashi Obata or those guys do it, but I just can't do it. I don't have it in me. The patience, it's just not there. I'm sorry, guys. What other artists do I know on the top of my head has that sketchiness to it? Kyu Hayashida. Yeah, the artist and author for things like Dodo Hedodo, and now she is doing Dai Dark. I need to finish Dodo Hedodo, but I would say the setting, the vibes that it has, perfectly complements her art style. It's a very dark, gritty, like setting, and again, I need to find time to finish Dodo Hedodo before I even start Dai Dark. I also need to get her art book, but that thing, last time I checked in Kinokuniya, that was $90, and $90 I did not have at the time, so I'm gonna get it eventually, but not now. And when I do get like that art book and a couple more art books, I'm going to share with you guys. Speaking of which, the next video after this one, ideally, is the video of me going over some of the art books I got last month, so look forward to that, ideally within a week. I don't want to make you guys wait a long time between these videos, because I can't like get good traction if all my uploads are monthly. Like, I don't know why people are subscribing like every day, but thank you guys for doing that, because oh boy, my birthday is in 3 months, so it's probably gonna be impossible, but I'm just gonna try to get to 5,000 by July, hopefully. And I think by July I'm also gonna upload my next vlog too, but look out for that. Also, in terms of inking, I may also go over some comic inking styles, like, more Western comic book inking style, since I feel like that's another interesting point to look at and comparing the two art styles, since I also do collect comics alongside manga, because I think it's nice to get the best of both sides in terms of, I guess, creating not something too unique, but creating a style that appeases both sides of the world, if that makes any sense. A very quick example of that is if any of you read My Hero Academia, the way All Might is shaded, I would say it's something very reminiscent to, I guess, an American inking style, but it makes sense since All Might is sort of drawn as the not stereotypical, but the archetype of an American superhero. I mean, all his moves are named after states in the US, so I guess it makes sense, honestly. So yeah, I'm just about finished sketching these faces and inking them, and I'm going to be posting them to Patreon, since these are not going to see the light of day in Instagram or Twitter ever, since I need to start putting up content for Patreon. And if you want to see some more exclusive content, go check out my Patreon if you want to support. Just $1 is fine, honestly. Most of my content my exclusive content is gonna be there for $1. So yeah. Also, if you got to the end of this video, please subscribe, like the video too, because I heard it helps the YouTube algorithm, and comment as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. The next video should be up within a week or about a week's time, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.